We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book, we're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book.
Shalom. Kala Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Chakudash. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect men that are teaching this truth. I wanted to get into this video, and you see the text right here. What does your book look like? What does your book look like? That's a question that we're gonna need to ask ourselves as being men who found out that we were Israelites, who Lord woke us up to this truth, and for us to learn and teach, we gotta ask ourselves this. You know, what is our book gonna look like at the end all be all? Like when the Lord comes back, when the chariots come back, like are we gonna fulfill what the Lord set out for us to fulfill? That's pretty much the topic that I'm going for. The topic at hand. And you heard this is Kevin Hart's his little quote. And this channel called Bar 4. I watched this channel. This Jake, he gives motivational videos out. He's like, obviously you see he's fit. So I just watch him for stuff like this. Make a video on quotes he's got like this. So I'm gonna get to the scripture though. Start it off. Yep. Revelation 20:12. This is John the Revelator. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and the death and hell were delivered up. Death and hell were delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. It's going to be when Yahushua comes back. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So, even though this topic that I have right now, it's what you can call it. It's about writing our books, but it's really if we're written in the book of life, if we're written in the Lamb's book of life, Yahushua's book. But like my point too with that is everyone has a story, right? Like the Maccabean family, which were our brothers. They had a story. They got a book. They got a story about themselves because they did something in their life. They made a mark on the earth. If I say per se, So and we're reading about them today. You could read about the Maccabean family today, and other men like Alexander the Great, like other men who made like a mark in the earth. That like their book of life on this earth. So that's pretty much where I'm going. Let me see. I got other. No, that's the next scripture I'm gonna use. Or let me just read this one too. Revelation 3:5. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. So we are writing our book, but it's really if we're in the Lamb's book of life. So scriptures also say we have to make our calling and election sure. Let me get that scripture. Make like calling election sure, KJV. Let me see this one. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. So we got to be diligent in this truth. We're writing a book. We can't be no busybodies. We can't just lie around. We got to fill up our book that we're writing on this earth. We got to fill up the pages, spiritually speaking, because if you think about it, the elect that gets delivered, think about it. When you're in the kingdom, when you have your thousands of sons and wives, thousands of wives and children, I say, think about the story you're going to be able to tell them. The story you're going to be able to tell them when you were on this world, this modern day wicked world. Think about the story that you're going to be able to tell your sons, your children, when like how you endured, how you endured this evil system, how you were patient, you had hope and faith in the Lord, in Yahweh and Yahushai. How you pretty much you overcame. Just imagine being able to tell your children and your children's children that story. Just like the 2/3, the ones that are condemned, to receive this truth. They're gonna have a story too. It's gonna be a shameful story. Their story is gonna be they were being wicked. They were being wicked. They were talking shit to the true prophets, men of the Lord, and then the Lord smote them. The Lord destroyed them. That's gonna be their story. So, like I just read, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. We gotta hope and pray that we're a part of that number. But let me see. I got something else. No. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I had for this lesson. That's pretty much the topic, though. We're gonna be. It's whoever's written in the Lamb's book of life, but you're writing your own book too, that you're gonna be able to tell your children. When you're in the kingdom, in the new kingdom on earth. What does your book look like? That's a question for all of us. But double honors to the elders, the apostles of GMS. Peace and mercy to the elect men teaching this truth. Call Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Hakodash. Shalom.
We're all writing a book. What's your book look like? What does your fucking book look like? Like your life is a book. You got a bunch of chapters in your book, but when they close that book,